So picture this, an ocean view home in California steps from the sand for less than the price of a used Honda Civic. No, it's not a typo, and no, it's not a scam. Welcome to the wild, weird, and suddenly very hot world of manufactured homes. I'm Jeffrey St. Arromand, cast member of Owning Manhattan and partner of the Trisha Lee team at Arromand. And welcome to this week's Playbook. Let's get into it. Forget everything you think you know about trailer parks. One flipper turned a $12,000 mobile home into a $120,000 sale after a $46,000 renovation. That includes sunroom, roof deck, ocean views, all of that included. And a new housing law supercharged the whole category. The big change? Regulators killed the steel chassis rule. Now, that's the permanent frame these homes were built and towed on. Now, that rule used to cap how big and how fancy these homes could actually get. Now, we're taking multi-story builds that are basically indistinguishable from the house next door. Plus, you add higher FHA loan limits, and suddenly developers and investors who wouldn't have touched this asset class are circling. The numbers are turning heads. The average manufactured home now runs about $141,000. And it's appreciated over 70% since 2019. Now that's outpacing traditional site-built homes. But, and of course there's always a but, not everyone's sold. Now, industry pros, they warn these homes can be brutal to offload. First of all, you have smaller buyer pool, you have trickier financing, and tougher insurance. And if the home sits on the leased land instead of owned land, that's even harder to exit. The lesson from folks who've done this before, check two things. First of all, the year built and whether there's a certified permanent foundation. That is so key. And of course, anything built before 1976 is considered high risk. Full stop, period. So next up on the playbook, Zillow's chief economist doesn't just study housing for a living, he invests in it too. And his golden rule, there's no such thing as truly, everyone loves to use this word, passive income in real estate. And here's his playbook. Buy close to home so you can actually manage the property. And we seem to be hearing this theme over and over again. And when it comes to renovations, don't blow the budget on a fancy kitchen. A $100,000 remodel barely moves resale value. Fresh paint and a new front door, that's more effective. Way better bang for your buck. Check out this other play here. One property manager who now oversees 500 plus manufactured housing units called this whole sector real estate's $500 billion blind spot. You heard me right. The business model is refreshingly simple. Rent out the land, maintain the infrastructure, and collect steady cash flow. That's a pretty simple formula. Now, one recent deal, a Virginia community ought for $3.35 million, and it's already pulling in a projected annual returns north of 15%. Now, that's a pretty good ROI. And this asset class is famously recession resistant. The catch? Aging infrastructure, deferred maintenance, and zoning laws that vary wildly by state. Now, some places are just now loosening restrictions that used to lock manufactured homes out entirely. His advice for first-timers, start small, under 30 units, and stick to properties already on city utilities. That could lead to huge savings. So bottom line, the stigma's fading, the money is moving in, and the trailer park of yesterday might just be tomorrow's smartest investment. Just maybe don't skip the paperwork. Now, as always, that's just not news, that's the play. Be sure to follow the playbook and subscribe to Estate Media for all your latest real estate news, strategy, and stories that actually matter.